Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Joined by Grant Hill and Tim Legler. This is Brian Anderson. And we'll have Ale LaForce reporting for us. And while we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for Jonas Valanciunas.
Seeing his rebounding numbers go down doesn't come as a surprise. When you're in the league as long as he's been, you start to think about taking care of your body, the longevity part. And that might mean being slightly less aggressive around those young bucks near the hoop. But he's still a valuable piece to have on this roster.
And now Dallas' starting group. They've got Marvin Bagley. Williams is out there with Max Christie. Then there's P.J. Washington. And it's Flagg in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Watson. Screen by Gordon. Three-pointer. And it's Watson missing. And legs of late, a significantly larger role for Max Christie.
Yeah, Brian, he was a former second-round pick and part of that earth-shattering Davis-Doncic trade. But Max Christie has shown himself ready to step up at both ends of the court.
Here's Brown. Oh, it's blocked by Washington. And they get it back. That one falls. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Here's Williams, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Williams, a screen on Brown. Christie. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Gordon outside. Outside Watson. Pass to Jokic. Just 5 to shoot. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And Jokic has a number of moves to choose from, especially deep inside.
Williams against Murray. Outside Christie. Lets the 3 fly. Nails it from 3. Christie's got his second bucket on the night.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
Now here's Murray. Gordon outside. There's the triple. Knocks it down from distance.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there.
Williams with it, defended by Murray. That one's good for 2.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Now here's Murray, a proven scorer in this league, averaging just over 25 a game. Jokic passes to Brown. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic.
Well, Jokic is the passing big man. The assists he racks up from his position are something else.
Washington outside. Here's Flagg, defended by Watson. On the take. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And throwing it down off the drive. Flagg showing off those young legs and athleticism.
Outside Brown. Denver moving it around. Gordon outside. Jokic the screen. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
A player like Gordon lifts the whole team. He works hard to find those shots, always contributing.
Williams passes to Washington. Uses the glass on the layup.
I mean, just hitting all their shots early. What an offensive game plan. It must be the coaching.
And Gordon with the big finish.
Well, everyone knows Gordon is a gifted dunker. I mean, guess the defense just needed a little reminding.
Bagley, a screen on Murray. To the paint. And slammed it home, and a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Nikola Jokic.
Not the tallest center in the league, he more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Free throw good, Bagley. Back-to-backs are one of the season's unique challenges, Legs. The second game in particular.
Yes, stamina plays a real factor in those back-to-backs, and the challenge is mental and physical. Who can push through the fatigue and find a way to get it done?
Totally a mindset, isn't it?
No excuses.
Here's Williams. Denver getting their last shot to go. Bagley a screen on Murray. Inside. And Bagley gets it to go on the assist from Williams. Bagley's got 5 now.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Now here's Murray. Really played well against Phoenix in his last game. Tipped. And here comes the break. Pass to Flag. Here we go. Murray with it. Guarded now by Williams.
You gotta commend the focus on the basket. Murray absorbing the contact well.
Grant, he's built for the big moments. Jamal Murray ready and willing when the pressure is on.
Yeah, B.A., his playoff performances speak for themselves. Clutch scoring, playmaking, and of course, that killer mentality.
Now here's Williams. His last outing, he had 18 points. Unloads from 13. Christie finds Williams. Not really his range, and it's off target. And so Jokic will bring it up for Denver. Their last game, a win against the Suns. Looking to carry it into this one.
Most of the arena was totally against them, but they looked inward, trusted each other, and made good plays.
Man, the crowd noise can make it hard to execute your offense on the road, but they did a great job playing their game.
Gordon with a steal. Pass to Brown. Here's Murray. The 3 is up. Washington grabs the miss.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Flag, defended by Watson, and he drives in. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Man, that's why they let Flag handle the ball. I mean, he makes great decisions.
Murray inside. He's guarded by Washington. Gordon outside. Pass to Jokic. And the dunk by Jokic.
Powerful stuff from the Joker. The defense doesn't want any of that, and I don't blame him.
So Jason Kidd decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. A different look for Denver. Najee, he's checked in for Gordon. Johnson comes in for Watson. And Hardaway is subbed in for Jamal Murray. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Bagley. Chris Middleton comes in for Washington. Marshall, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Thompson in for Christie.
Name a way to score, Cooper Flag can already do it.
Denver in the lead. Outside Brown. There's the screen by Johnson. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Jacks up a 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's Flag. Last game with 30. Thompson outside. Three-pointer off the mark.
And all the credit goes to the defender. Very hard to contest threes without fouling.
Jokic passes to Brown. Back to Jokic. Pass to Brown. Oh, got a piece of it. Shot clock at 5. Denver moving it around. Johnson for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And guys, we know that you come into every game with a chance of winning, but they were just totally outclassed.
And honestly, this is kind of what we expected. They ran up against a team with a very talented roster, and they just got overwhelmed.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Mavericks trail by 4. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Nikola Jokic is a family man through and through. He said, quote, basketball is not the main thing in my life and probably never will be. And to be honest, I like it because I have something more important, something that's more important than basketball. Back to you, BA.
Some good perspective. Thank you very much for the report, Allie. A different look for Denver. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jokic. Holmes comes in for Najee. And it's Pickett in for Brown. Pass to Hardaway. Valanciunas with a screen on Thompson. And there's the slam! Dunk to finish it off.
And the slam from Hardaway Jr. Can't forget about his athleticism.
And Grant David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this.
So it's Denver now, after Dallas' three-pointer on the other end. Pass to Hardaway from outside the arc. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now, 3 for 3.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Here's Flag. Give him 8 points now. Middleton outside. From downtown. Hardaway grabs the board. Denver leading by 6. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Again, Denver scores.
Off to a great start. 5 straight from the field.
Mavericks trail by 10. Here's Flag. And you look at the numbers, currently around 22.5 points a game. Thompson outside. They need this. Sinks it from distance. Thompson's got 6 points.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, you came to the right place.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
Tim Hardaway is out there with Murray. Then there's Johnson. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Jones in at the power forward position. That's the group for Denver getting going in the second.
Yeah, and what makes Murray so dangerous is his belief. He feels like he can score on anyone in the league.
And Denver making a change here. Brown's checked in. Now here's Williams. Pass to Washington. And out of bounds, Denver will have it. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You take a look at the Timberwolves. They slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
Well, right now for the Mavericks, they haven't been able to climb much higher in the rankings. And it might be too late to make any kind of big push. They may already be making plans for off-season moves they want to make.
And it's off the back of the rim. No good. Mavericks trail by 9. Right side Bagley. Pass to Christie. Fires for 3. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Murray passes to Hardaway. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Last time they met was in Dallas.
It's just so difficult to win when you waste as many chances at the line as they did.
Well, that's why they're called free throws. And it seemed like with each miss, their confidence took a hit. It's just too hard to overcome that.
Pass to Valanciunas. Williams against Murray. Here's Valanciunas. And again, Denver no good.
Yeah, players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
Washington outside. Here's Bagley. Valanciunas covering. Bagley, no good.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Hardaway up top. Pass to Valanciunas. Denver moving it around. Brown. Oh, it's blocked by Washington. Williams against Brown. Down low. And stolen by Murray. Back come the Nuggets on the run. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. It'll be on Marvin Bagley. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Free throw good. Brown. There are some big-time players in this league. But who do you think the most clutch players have been over the past decade, Legs?
When you look at these resumes, I think you go with the big three: LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. But of course, Giannis dropping 50 in a finals performance wasn't bad either.
And I'll throw in the Joker in there as well.
Love it.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. That's good from Hardaway on the assist by Murray. Murray's got 4 assists in the game.
And this is Hardaway Jr. at his best. If I'm his teammates, I keep feeding the hot hand.
And now we go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams with the most blocks per game over the last month. The Nuggets in second.
These guys have been so impressive down low on the defensive end, denying shots left and right over the past month.
Williams with it, defended by Murray. Outside Christie, from deep. Rebounded by Johnson.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Here's Brown. Valanciunas. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, he's a top-tier offensive rebounder. Valanciunas uses his size and strength to his advantage to do damage on the boards.
Now here's Williams. The three from Washington. Again, the miss by Dallas. Thompson against Hardaway. Kick out to Brown. Pass to Hardaway. Now here's Murray. Clock at 6. Fires the three. And it's Bagley with the rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And here's Thompson for 3. That one doesn't drop. Denver leading by 12. To the middle. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Over Bagley. Hardaway, no good. For Dallas, they've gone 1 for 6 in the second quarter. Not great. To the inside, Washington. And Washington powers it through.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. For the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic has checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And Brown subbed in for Brown. Denver's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. It's Jokic, high post. Pass to Brown. Back to Jokic. Oh, what a slam from the big man, Jokic.
That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim. Mavericks trail by 12. Williams passes to Bagley. Left side, Williams. Stolen by Jokic. Brown with it. He's picked up by Christie. And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Look at who's out there now for Denver. Aaron Gordon comes in for Johnson. And it's Watson in for Hardaway. And the Mavericks have stressed the importance of defense to winning at the highest level, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they felt that fortifying the team at that end of the floor would get them closer to contention. And look at them. They're making some bold moves there along the way.
Here's Murray. Williams grabs the board. The Mavericks have gotten only 2 of 8 field goals to go in the second. Over Murray. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Well, that's a shot that some defenses can give up, but not to that guy.
Pass to Jokic. Over Bagley. Jokic gets the bucket. Jokic has got 12.
And Jokic doesn't get a lot of lift on his shot, but he doesn't need it. I mean, he is money in the mid-range.
So for Dallas, Daniel Gafford's checked in for Bagley, and Chris Middleton is subbed in for Washington. So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Mavericks trail by 14. Now Williams. Outside Christie. Gafford with a screen on Brown. And he's going for the lob! And stolen by Jokic. Outside Murray. Gordon can't hit.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Yeah, the timing was a little bit off, and it forced the miss.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Nuggets on offense. They're on a 12-4 run. It's Watson on the wing. Back to Murray. Brown passes to Jokic. Denver moving it around. Here's the three. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
To the paint. Middleton finds Thompson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Aaron Gordon, one of the all-time great shooters, Tim. Klay Thompson has put on some legendary shooting displays.
So, B.A., he has a picture-perfect shooting stroke. And when he gets it going, it's almost like he can't miss no matter what the defense does to stop him.
Hardaway's checked in for Denver. Pass to Watson. Outside Hardaway. Three-pointer. And again, Denver with a three.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
Now, here's Williams. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Brown against Williams. Outside Hardaway. Gordon with a screen on Christie. Hardaway from outside. Thompson pulls it in. Mavericks trail by 18. It's Williams, high post. 6 points for him. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Watson. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic. Jokic has got his 3rd assist of the night.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Williams looking around. Lets it go from deep. Williams can't get that one to fall. And so it's Jokic who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Brown. All right, let's take a look at some numbers for Cooper Flagg.
Effective field goal percentage is a great way to measure his performance over the previous 10 games. It's been much improved, a sign that his game has been evolving.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marshall, he's checked in for Klay Thompson, and Flagg subbed in for Williams. The Nuggets lead by 21. On the wing, Brown launches it. Offensive rebound. Stripped it away. Here's Flagg. Give him 8. There's a minute 34 left to play in the half. They set the screen. And Christie, here we go. Here's Gafford. Rebounded by Denver. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It'll be the 2nd of 3 straight games on their home floor. Here's Jokic. Nice D from Gafford.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
Here's Flagg, covered by Jokic. There's the drive. And it's Flagg missing. Denver's gone 7 of 15 from distance in this game. Gordon on the wing. Back to Watson. Outside Hardaway. Beyond the arc. He's now 8 for 11 after that made shot.
Yeah, that's like a layup to Hardaway at this point in his career.
Any hope of coming back to win this game looks near impossible.
I know. The way things have gone so far, hard to imagine.
Here's Flag. Christie with a screen on Hardaway. Here's Flag. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Hardaway's shot is good.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Gafford with a screen on Hardaway. He takes it in, and he jams it home with authority.
And proof that Cooper Flag was worth the hype. Flag has been a consistent weapon for his team tonight.
Outside Brown, pass to Hardaway. Now Jokic. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Jokic has got 17 points. Tim Hardaway, he's been the guy making things happen for Denver. Hit a couple from downtown this quarter. Back after this.
Well, the Bucks will face off against the Trailblazers in Portland. Tip-off is 10 Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific.
These are solid teams.
And switching gears now to that first half. What a difficult start for the Mavericks.
I think it's funny watching it.
Glad you could join us. Brian and...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Tim Hardaway really making a difference here.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
And on the floor for Jason Kidd as we get into the second half. Williams is out there with Max Christie. Then it's Washington, then it's Flag, and it's Bagley in at the 5. Williams with the screen. Here's Christie. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It goes on Aaron Gordon. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Free throw good, Bagley. And Legs, you think back to a few decades ago. We had some fierce rivalries in this league. What constitutes a rivalry nowadays?
Well, B.A., it's much more difficult to find those long-term heated rivalries like years past, and that's primarily because of the parity and player movement that we have in the league now.
Now here's Jokic. That one's true. He's now 9 of 10.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Murray against Williams. Bagley, a screen on Murray. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
And stolen by Murray. Pass to Jokic. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And it's blocked. And here is Williams. Give him 8 points now. And here's Christie. The 3. Fires in the triple. Christie's got 11.
Gets one to go. It's been a great personal night for him, but those mean a lot less if you're losing.
Murray with it. Guarded now by Williams. Here's Watson. And again, Denver no good. Mavericks trail by 21. Williams from long range. Brown grabs the board. For Denver, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Jokic. And the dunk by Jokic.
And boom! the Joker off the dribble. Woo! I love it. A scary sight for any defense.
Some breakthrough contributions for the Nuggets from Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon. Grant elevating their games.
But at the same time, Denver's depth has been a concern. You know, B.A., we know what Jokic can do, but he needs help to win another ring.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And Legs, you look at this Mavericks roster, tremendous size up front.
Yeah, Brian, they've got great physicality up front, and that's what the league is allowing these days. So they've got the personnel to play some bully ball.
Now here's Brown. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game. Jokic against Bagley. Jokic in the post. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant, a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one of a kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell.
Now here's Williams. Give him 8 points now. Inside, here's Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride and makes it look easy.
Murray looking around. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter.
And this is what makes Jokic an MVP caliber talent. His ability to dominate the defense.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. The Mavericks making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. Washington a screen on Murray. Williams from long range. Again the miss by the Mavericks. The Nuggets lead by 23. Pass to Murray. Takes a three. And again for three.
For this franchise now, he's hit the most threes in a single season. Unbelievable.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense. To the middle. Here's Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Yeah, I like flagging that two-man game. It makes the defense have to decide.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Nuggets. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
You know, I just love the moxie Murray has to his game. He's so fast and supremely confident.
Here's Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Denver has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Up top, Gordon. Pass to Murray. And he lobs it up.
Oh, man, take a look at that one. Just a textbook alley-oop.
Beautifully done. He served it up on a platter. Hey, from beyond the arc. Rebounded by Denver.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Down low. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
Well, he may no longer be an all-NBA caliber defender, but clearly Thompson can still make an impact on that end. Nothing going his